Yo, what's going on, family? It's your chill brother from another content representing the Champions Zone. Listen, you already know what time it is when you hear me. You know, it's about to be another thriller like Manila. No, I'm just playing. I'm messing. Yo, it's time for another episode of the Champions Zone with yours truly, man. Listen, I need you guys' continued support of TCL by going to everywhere you find podcasts, all right? Listen, for this particular show, the point of emphasis, man, hurdle the opposition. Hurdle the opposition. That's going to be on the championship speech of the week, man, as we proceed to give you what you need right here on the Champions. Now, listen, if you're new to the show, let me show you how we get down and how we get busy right here on TCL, all right? First things first, the opening tip around the NBA, around the National Basketball Association. We give you the news on what's been going on, especially as we grow closer to Christmas as well. Then we transition. We shift gears, we move the chains around the NFL and give you some news from what's going on around the National Football League as we grow ever so closer to the end of the regular season and we get some more clarity with the playoff picture. Then we get to one of my favorite parts of the show where it's time for you to stop playing. All right, we give you the good, the bad, and the funny from the week that was around the world of sports. And then we put the cherry on top of the sundae, okay? You can't have a good meal without a good dessert on the back end to go ahead and wash it down. That's what the championship speech of the week does for you, where we get you fearless, focused, and ferocious to help you maintain and reach the goals that you have set for the week to come. Man, yo, we got 17 days left until the new year. All right. We still got time to start a new beginning. It's a new horizon for you. Go ahead and hurdle the opposition. Because listen, we're going into a new direction. Okay. All right. Let's get it down and let's get it busy. It's time for another episode of the Champion Lounge. Let's go. Family, what's good with you? It's your chill brother from another Mr. All About My Biz, still out here handling my biz so I can take care of my future kids, man. Kyle Turner back in the saddle once again for another episode of TCL. Listen, I need you guys to continue support of the Champions Lounge by going to Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the YouTube channel is the Champions Lounge, where, listen, we're going to give you exclusive content every single solitary week without fail, okay? Every week, we're going to get you covered from the week that was, the highlights, the good, the bad, the ugly around the NBA and the NFL. Because listen, I promise you on everything, we're going to give you that barbershop talk, but we're going to make sure you leave with that champion's walk, all right? Listen, without further ado, enough of the fluff. Let's get right into the stuff. Let's get right into the opening tip. As my man Mike Todd would say, we got history in the making. Stephen or Wardell Curry pursuit, Stephortless pursuit of immortality, pardon me. Curry closing in on Jesus Shuttlesworth. I don't call him Ray Allen. His name is Jesus Shuttlesworth because on He Got Game, he was like this.
Point game. Just play the game.
Just play the game. I learned that from you. You better D up, Jake.
Yo, one of my favorite basketball movies of all time. Yo, but seriously, on a serious note, okay, that movie was lit, though. You know, you had Ray Allen, you had Denzel Washington, but I digress. Listen, this is about Stephen Wardell Curry, all right, and his accomplishment that is to come with him passing the 3-point champion god, whatever you want to call Ray Allen or Jesus Shuttlesworth, whatever your prerogative is. Okay. My man is passing Ray Allen on the all-time 3-point, all-time leader list, and doing it in almost 500 games less than Ray Allen. I mean, let's put that into context, okay? 500 fewer games to amass over 2,975 threes. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is absolutely ridiculous. Ray Allen in the league for about 18, 19 years. Steph Curry is still pretty much hovering around the prime of his NBA career right now, right? And my man still has maybe 4 or 5 good years left ahead of him where this man could hit probably 4,000 or so threes, which would put him, I mean, it's another stratosphere. It's another stratosphere on where this man could actually end up when his career is done. It's absolutely phenomenal what type of impact he's had on the game of basketball. We're not just talking about the NBA. We're talking about the whole entire sport of basketball, okay? I mean, I was in the gym yesterday. I was at LA Fitness. I was getting my workout in. And, of course, they got the basketball course in there as well. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to get my hoop in real quick. But when you can be on the break, right, and you got your team on the break, and you got 2 of your teammates not going to the basket for a layup, but flashing out for a 3, that's what type of impact Steph Curry has had on the game of basketball, where no longer is it sexy to go drive the lane and get you a nice layup. But nah, I want to shoot this 3 because I want to feel like Steph. You know, like it used to be, I want to be like Mike. Nah, now I want to be like Steph. I want to step like Steph. You know, hit the step back, you know, behind the back, between, and then the nice little 3 with the kiss off the glass or something crazy half-court shot. That's what this game has transitioned to now with the evolution of Steph Curry's game, especially the three-point game. Yo, he's going to go down, even if he stopped his career right now. Surefire Hall of Famer, period, point blank, right? We don't need to discuss whether or not he's going to get in or not. He is, period, right? But the fact that my man still has this longevity and, of course, injuries withholding right now, this man is going to end up with a record that will probably never be reached by any person. But, I mean, maybe someone that's in the second grade right now, maybe is working on a game like Steph, like, yo, I'm going to find a way to break Steph's record. Maybe. That might be going on right now. But, yo, his impact on the game of basketball, you can't even put it into words. What he's done for the game of basketball, and especially the three-point game. All right. Steph Curry, congrats, man, on breaking one of the records that probably no one thought would ever be broken with Ray Allen's three-point all-time mark, and probably will never be broken again with the way that you shoot the 3 at such an amazing clip. Congrats to Steph Curry on your remarkable achievement, man. So we give flowers. We got to give flowers what flowers are due. So we give a great round of applause for the great Steph Curry. Listen, we're going to transition gears, though, really quick. And unfortunately, we still live in an era where COVID-19 is still prevalent. And it sucks to say this, but at the same time, COVID-19 ain't really going anywhere. COVID-19 is putting the league on notice right now. Over the last week or so, the cases for COVID-19 have ramped up, and not just the NBA, but even in the NFL as well, with the Omicron virus that has been going out now as well. When you got guys like James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo now in coronavirus protocol right now around the NBA, it makes you have to wonder whether or not the NBA will have to shut down again. Now, of course, the league is going to try to do everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen, especially with Christmas right around the corner. You know, you're going to try to do whatever you can to secure that money because, of course, around Christmas time, you got sponsors, you got commercials, you got all these different games. You got the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Los Angeles Lakers, but that game might be compromised with the fact that James Harden is now in league protocol. And you have to wait 10 days until you actually can possibly play again. This actually puts an impact on the Milwaukee Bucks in their pursuit of trying to get the top seed in the Eastern Conference as well, with Giannis out due to COVID-19 protocols. They had to do the same thing earlier in the season with Chris Middleton. We'll see how this impacts different teams, especially Chicago Bulls have had to postpone the next 2 games because of 10 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players having to sit out due to COVID protocols. We're talking Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and a couple of other guys on the roster that are now having to sit because of COVID-19 and the league protocols. Now, this also brings into question the fact that the league can give LeBron James a false positive on his COVID-19 reading. And everybody else, though, nah, y'all got to take y'all 10 days. Come on, bro. I'm sorry. Adam Silver, I still got a problem with that, though. And the fact that you give LeBron the golden staff, if you will, like, okay, I'm gonna give my scepter to make sure the king doesn't go down ever. But I digress. COVID-19, hopefully and prayerfully, doesn't shut down the season as more and more, especially star players, are going down due to league protocol with COVID-19. What say you? Yo, should the league possibly postpone play due to the outbreak of COVID-19? Leave your comments in the show notes, and I'll be sure to make sure I answer that question going into next week's show. All right, we're going to transition real quick. We're going to go to the 216. And if you're not familiar with that particular area code, that's Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm going to show a little bit of love to these young Cavs right now, especially the coaching effort of JB Bickerstaff. And yo, this Cleveland team has been rocking over the last 10 games. They're 8-2 over the last 10 games. They got wins over Miami, a depleted Miami team at that, though. No disrespect to Miami, but at the same time, Cleveland has found a way to make sure they're still in the hunt, especially in the Eastern Conference. Right now, they're 4th, 17-12 overall. They're not a particularly great offensive team, but defensively wise, they have Twin Towers and Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, alongside with the veteran leadership of Kevin Love, who comes in from time to time. They got Lauri Markkanen. Yo, they got big fellas all over the place in Cleveland, but skilled big men at that. Evan Mobley, front runner right now for the Rookie of the Year with his impressive play. 14 points per game, 8 rebounds, about 2.5 assists, shooting 33% from 3-point land, 47% from the field. Yo, my man is doing it all because Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green, the hype didn't match their work. And Evan Mobley has been like, yo, I'm here for it all. Yo, if y'all ain't going to put in the work, y'all being down with injury, whatever, I'm going to come in like a thief in the night and make sure I can actually steal this ROI. But you still got Scotty Barnes in the background as well. Probably going to have a lot to say about that, especially if Toronto can get their act together and start getting on a winning streak. All right, but I digress in regards to that. But yo, Cleveland holding opponents. Speaking of their Twin Towers, their defense has been locked in for most of the season. They're holding opponents to 101 points per game. That's second in OPPG per contest around the NBA. Again, offensively, they're not going to wow you. Darius Garland is their leading scorer right now with 19 points per game. Young brother doing it big without Colin Sexton in the offense right now after he went down for the season with an MCL injury. 19 points per game for Garland, 3 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 46% from 3, 46% from the field, 39% from 3. Yo, Cleveland, they're going to struggle on offense because they really don't have a bona fide score. Not like that. But yo, this team is going to lock you up. They got plenty of guys on the defensive side of the ball, like Isaac Okoro. You got Cedi Osman as well on the outside, on the perimeter as forwards. And you got big guys that can hold down the fort down low with Jarrett Allen